This is a story of self-discovery. One that started one Sunday morning when I woke up to realize that my PMS was on its way out and that, for the first time in a week, I didn't feel like ending it. One of the most suggested tips for dealing with depressive PMS is engaging in enrichment activities, like going for a walk or doing something creative. And although this sounded like a crock of shit, I thought I would start here before reverting to any of the darker, more sinister suggestions, like limiting caffeine and alcohol consumption. So I decided that my time was best spent trying to make a cake.
Oh my god, my arm hurts. I just zested lemons for like 20 minutes. Got my zest though.
Baking typically is not my first choice when it comes time to choose a me time activity. But since it's 805 degrees outside and exercise is not an option, I thought I would turn on the oven instead.
The softened butter. Add the softened butter. Never in my life have I taken out butter at an appropriate time to become room temperature. Luckily it's 90 degrees in here, so this shouldn't take too long.
Despite the unbearable heat and the tiny woman in my brain running around and screaming, I gave it my all to stay positive and relaxed.
Now, I honestly believe that there is something to love about cakes for everyone. Like, even if you don't like cake, which there's like plenty of people who don't like cake, which I don't understand, but even if you don't like cake, whatever that means, you can still like appreciate how beautiful they are. Like, cakes can be stunning. And if you think about it too, like there's like a Pavlovian response we have to cakes. Like, they are at not every, but like a lot of celebratory parties, events that we go to as humans, like weddings and birthdays and engagement parties and, you know, the whole thing. So I think that they just like bring people happiness. Why am I getting emotional?
And just as I started to tear up, it hit me. All of these things that I felt about the cake, I wanted for myself. Beauty, fun, versatility, always at a party. I was jealous of this stupid fucking cake. And I knew I needed to do some self-improvements. It's a weird thing to want to turn yourself into a cake, which is why you might feel the need to lie about your motivations. I advise you to go through the motions with this.
Yeah, today we're sitting on the floor because I have kind of a peculiar goal that I've set for myself. I'm gonna get right to it. The goal is to turn myself into a giant cake, and I will tell you why. For some reason, I'm really, really into Halloween, even though it's July. Well, actually, I think the toilet just flushed.
When you accept the reality of your situation, you can begin your sketching process.
The idea here is that, oh my god, this actually looks so freaking scary on camera. Okay, it's obviously not a good sketch, but the idea here is that it's gonna be, technically the body of the cake is gonna be a 3-layered cake. And if I'm feeling super ambitious, I'm going to be making like a little hat that will be the 4th layer. So I can put my head down inside of it and just be a cake with legs. Do you guys get it, or is like everybody mad at me?
Gather what you can from around the house to use for measuring and marking.
This is for my head. I'm gonna make make circles for my midsection and my waist as well, but we're going in. For both my shoulders. Okay, you guys, look at that. Okay, how do I get out? Hello, Marie decided to join me because she noticed that I had... She's not being very helpful, believe it or not. So I'm feeling quite creative today, but I am at a very aggressive standstill with painting because usually that's my craft that I turn to when I'm feeling creative. But I'm just so bored of painting right now, unfortunately, because it's nice to look at things, but I am having more satisfaction making things that I can like touch and move and wear. Hence why I'm needing to make a giant wearable cake. Maybe I'll paint a cake in the future too, who knows? Can you guys even hear me? I'm like ripping through this cardboard with this little X-Acto knife, which the blade is like not staying in very well, so kind of dangerous. Kind of? It looks like a giant spool for thread. This feels right.
Once you have all the pieces cut out, you'll want to go in with a glue gun. I suggest buying a normal sized one because although this tiny one is cute and adorable, I had to replace the glue stick every minute or two and it took much longer than it needed to.
So how you guys doing? I'll check back in a second. I'm sweating like a hog right now. Hold them inside. Well, that was what I was thinking, but I can't fit through the doors. I could barely get this up the end room. This is what we're working with, people.
I think you should put a smaller one on the top and just drop it down a little bit. Can you? You fit...
Maybe. Hello. So I've been able to create this 3-tiered cake deal. So 2 things are gonna happen today. I'm on day 3, by the way, of creating this cake. 2 things are happening. The first is that I believe that this top part is too large. So I'm gonna have to like cut down on that, which means I'm gonna have to like deconstruct it in a way, which is a little bit annoying. And the second thing is that I bought a bunch of spackle. I bought a bunch of spackle and we're gonna paste it on here, and that's gonna be the foundation in which I start the decorating process, which of course is like the most fun part of this whole thing. There's a third thing happening. There's no AC in this room right now, and I'm basically in a greenhouse, and it's gonna get about 85 degrees in here real quick. So if I start sweating, mind your business. Okay, let's start getting after it. Okay, one of the biggest reasons I'm doing this is so that I can like flip it on its side and fit it through one of the doorways, because if I make this cake and it's too big to fit through my front door, I can't wear it on Halloween. And I'm not gonna measure because that would be way too easy, but this does look about wide enough to suck it in as it goes through the door. Okay. Hell yeah. I'm excited. I think that I'm gonna start with the spackle. Also, I bought like 3 of these spackle things from Fred Meyer. Thanks, Fred Meyer. And I'm just gonna like slap it on because I think that's what you do with spackling. Also, you guys, I bought this spackle because it's like this gorgeous, you can't fucking tell, but it is a gorgeous light pink, like strawberry whipped cream color. But the thing is that it's gonna dry white, which I'm really disappointed about. I might try to color match the paint because this is the color that I want my cake. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is amazing. Oh my god. Good to see you.
It's really good to see you. How are you feeling exactly right now? As you are, who are you? How'd you get in here? What do you want from me specifically? What are we? We've been seeing each other for quite a while. Yeah, I don't know who these people are. I'll be frank.
Would you mind Googling?
Although he is completely a fraud.
Is he not a fraud? Bro, stop. Stop. This might be really heavy.
At 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, hi. We're in a 5th or 6th location, my backyard. And I'm going to start my spray painting process, and I have to show you guys the color that I got because it's beautiful. Look at that. It's like the perfect blush pink. Airplane. It's like the perfect blush pink. Kind of matches the color that the spackle was when I put it on, which is literally exactly what I wanted. So
When I bake, I tend to love making a simple lemon cake with some kind of whipped cream frosting. Or, if I'm feeling more flamboyant, a boxed funfetti sprinkle cake. But what has really come to shock me is how much I would enjoy making a cardboard cake with spackle and insulation frosting. Despite being the worst tasting cake I've ever made, this was exactly the thing my PMS pity party was missing. Instead of wallowing in my own thoughts, I was able to lean into my delusional fantasy.
okay, here's the thing. I didn't buy enough spray paint or foam insulation, and this thing is supposed to cure for 24 hours before I move it. I have a shared backyard. I feel a little bit bad leaving this giant cake out here for 24 hours, but I've really given myself no other option.
I want to say that it all happened so fast, that I blacked out in the midst of a creative flurry, and I woke up as a beautiful dessert, but that would be a bold-faced lie. This thing sat, unfinished, in the corner of our 500 square foot apartment for 3 full weeks. Until one day,
Well, here it is. The whole cake. I have to be honest, you guys. I feel a little bit ridiculous and completely underdressed. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I was feeling so ridiculous there for a second. Well, now that I've got this thing on, I do feel like I should take it for a little bit of a joyride.
and with nowhere else to go, I went to the park to find a beautiful place to sit.
Can't use my hands to cover my face.
And every time I started to feel a twinge of social anxiety, I was reminded of the fact that I'm not the only person who likes to put on a bunch of makeup and act a fool. Most of us save it for Halloween. Others do it every day for work, and some even take it a step further and do it to rule the country. We're all just trying to have a good time out here.
Yeah, it's pretty bright. No, not really.
In the end, I can't say that becoming the thing that you harbor irrational jealousy for will cure you. But it's best to give it a try, because I feel wonderful.